Alrighty, let's get started. Sup, Tart? How's it going? It's all good. Cat ordered like 20 bottles of elderflower cordial. So that was a thing. Let's see if this works. Don't know if I told you already, but I've put in the Grasslands music in here now. It's ballin'. Hey, Crib. GG on your game again. It was really relaxing, actually. Love your work. Thank you very much, Otakins. It seems Streamlabs isn't working, the alerts, so I'll try and reload them. Thank you very much for the bits. Oh god, that was the wrong button. Thanks, man. It means a lot to me coming from a real game dev. Hardly. But it was nice. It was really nice, really relaxing. And I was very happy that there wasn't any nothing like threatening me. I didn't need it at the moment. So I was like, that's nice. Alright, let's see if this is working now. There we go. Thank you very much. Trying to figure out why this isn't working. HUD overlay GUI script. I thought that was the right address. So let's open start menu. Main utilities. Okay, I guess we'll try that. I thought you could reference the parent, but I guess not. Or should it be, yeah, maybe that's why it didn't work. Main utilities settings. Guaranteed to work now. Guaranteed. The top price guarantee. There you go. Works every time. If only FME was here for this. I recently watched a video where a guy got his girlfriend to play like 5 different games without any help, so part of my brain was designing for non-gamers. That's a really good skill to have, like really, really good. Even gamers don't know how to play games, so it's tough. What's the plan today? I'm gonna start with fixing a couple of tiny bugs and then hit the start menu. I think it's possible it will be finished in the sense that I'm what I'm fine working with, if that makes sense. But because input bindings or something I'm not gonna do right now, so that's not gonna be finished anyway. But yeah. Small problem with the font in here. This one, it's not aligned properly. Did I tell you about my gap here and starting a stupidly ambitious No. is this? I love stupidly ambitious projects. Yeah! Right, so this thing I'm looking at now, taking a gap year because I'm stressed, and I'm going to start a stupidly ambitious project. During gap year or after gap year? I think gap year might be a good plan for you, to be honest. Yeah, look at that. That's not centered. During gap year, okay. Well, tell me about your project. I think gap year is a good idea. And then let's see what the project is. Why is that up there? Anyway. Keyhole 4519. 8519. So 85 times 2 should be 170. And that's probably enough. I don't know why that's not exactly the same, but I started a stupidly ambitious project in 2011. I just got my first actual fan last week. If your project was fan manufacturing, then that's probably an issue. What's your big project? Tell us. Okay, that looks better now. I just realized you guys can't see what I was working at. Basically the XP thing, can I point to it? There-ish. There was off center. I think I fixed it now. Basically, playing with a horror shooter where you wake up in this twisted version of the world, almost like a purgatory filled with entities that used to be human but are now twisted contortions, often pertaining to how they died. Player basically has to navigate the nightmare and get out. That does sound really ambitious. Sounds cool as hell. And too spoopy for me, but really ambitious. Is it going to be lo-fi PS1 graphics? Because if so, I'm just going to be like... That was a good thing. I don't know what it was, but it was meant to be intense in a good way. Doop, doop. I'm not sure. Like, honestly, I don't know if is anybody making something like that? Because I think it might be kind of an overlooked niche in the market. Just thinking. I work on a free-to-play RPG called Realm of the Tempest, catering to speedrunners but also casual play. A free-to-play RPG called... Yeah, the PS1 style. Free-to-play RPG called Realm of the Tempest, catering to speedrunners but also casual play. That's a really interesting combination of things. I've seen a few like Dusk, Paratopic, and games like that. There aren't too many, right? Yeah, I was familiar with Dusk. That's true. But it's still not exactly the same aesthetic I'm thinking of. But yeah, I think there's something there. When we load, so okay, is it alright if I drop a link if you're interested? Yeah, of course, go for it. When you load the game, what does it set the? I don't think it sets the. The main thing is figuring out how I'd want gameplay to work. Yeah, that's fair. It sounds like just when you said when it's contortions pertaining to how they died, that sounds really complicated. Oh wow, this looks nice. I like the aesthetic here as well. It's kind of got a good retro vibe. I can see where the speedrunning bit comes in there. That video is super old, it's come a long way, I should update it. I feel the same, I've got a trailer up on Steam and it's super outdated. That looks really good though. How big's the team? Just you? Wow, that's really impressive. All I have to do is add VHS static overlay, it'll never look outdated. I'm all about that. I'm all about that group. All about it. Okay, so variables to save. We do coming level. But we don't save that new project smell. I know the feeling. It's intoxicating, but it's dangerous. Checkpoints. No, it's not that. Well, let's just create something new then. True, but I'm a good boy and I deserve it. That's true. That's right. You do. Game controller. Request a level or something like that. So you've got coming level. Player start position. Load screen. Request level transition. Set level. Player start. Yeah, okay. So player start position is what we want to save. It's weird though. I know how I want the music to sound before I even written some code. That's not weird at all. I think that's kind of like the mood board we were talking about. It absolutely makes sense. I've been doing some yoga with Kat in the mornings, and we're doing this one video, and it's got a bunch of background music, and there's like one track that I'm like, oh, I need to like show this to Tart for like a space game or something. And it's so weird because it's like minutes 3 to 5 in this random yoga video, but it's like a really good track. I don't know if it would fit in the space game that I'm thinking of, but it's a really good track, and it's like it's great at being backgroundy but still interesting. Frank Zappa used to write sheet music for his band on planes while traveling. That's pretty cool. So we need to resave. Do save. So it's on. Is it load game? Do load. So we set all the variables. And then what? It comes from the start menu. I think Topper, I should listen to Captain Beefheart, Electricity, now that you've mentioned that. Oh, Captain Beefheart, Electricity, now that you mentioned that group. Never heard of that. Is that a Frank Zappa thing? So load slot 1, we set the save slot, load the game, and then message the game controller to start the game, which takes us on a wild ride. It's a song from the late 60s. Actually, I went to a concert. It wasn't the actual band. It had the drummer from the original band. Hey Rena, how you doing? Who was it? Pink Floyd? I don't know. I'll have to ask Kat. She'll know. But they basically put on this light show as they're doing their gig, and I had maybe like 1-2 pints or something, but I felt like I was on something just purely from the music and the visuals. I thought that was really impressive. Hey Des. Right, so it goes to the game controller. That reminds me of when I went to see Nine Inch Nails. We start game, which sets us through all this stuff. Hello humans. Hey Kev. We set the level. What does your nick means? So Braj is just another word for bro. And top is just best. Thanks, Alta Braj. So, level name and positioning, okay. Look out for side barrage. I don't trust him. I'm sorry about the sirens. Right, so what we need to do is we need to expand from here. Instead of just having the coming level, we need to say the player position name. Is that what we called it? Is the player beeping as well? How very dare they? Player start position, so not at all what I wrote. That's fine. Just ignore me. Thanks, brah. Thanks, brah. This might break now. Yeah. That's okay. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to clear the files. Remember when Kramer wanted to name the man brother bro? I do remember that. Good times. Okay, I've got a quandary. Where would you expect to delete an existing save file? In new game or load game? If that had to be one. George's dad wanted man's ear. The bro was definitely gonna sell better than the man's ear. God damn. You have to listen to the song, but man, the visuals are so cool. I'm already seeing like 3 seconds in, it's pretty nuts. And then a lot of people will actually be on something there. Nice numbers and black and red doing our roulette. Yes, Beth, I'm doing our roulette. Yeah, we need to wipe that. So yeah, guys, deleting an existing save slot in new game or load game? New? Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Only thing is I don't display the stats of the thing you're deleting. In new game, it's just slots like this and they're grayed out if you can't access them. So if we like exit and save into here, quit, that should save the position we're in, hopefully, so that when we load again, ta frickin' da. I'm just gonna edit the. So I got the file for the background for the load game thing, but it just, I don't understand why he's put like a heading for it. It doesn't fit, so I'm gonna edit it out myself. Back in the day when people didn't have cell phones and would light the entire arena with lighters. I did hear, like, so some people on Reddit were discussing that and saying how it used to be better. But some people apparently have seen like phone lights used in a really cool way. Hey, 4E696B6C6173. How you doing? I'm just gonna like invert this. Programming languages, I'm using Lua. Lua. I wonder if it'll fit 160 by 160. I don't know, it's tight. I think the first gigs I probably went to that I chose to go to were like 2008 onwards. Yeah, fair enough. That's, you're pretty young then. What do you stream as? Yeah, that did bust it, unfortunately. That's okay, not big deal. Bet you this will be like nicely misaligned now. Why does that not work? Oh, because it's a button. It's registered as a button, but it shouldn't be. Okay. GUI works? You mean the layout of the start menu? Gotta go take care, got laundry. Enjoy your laundry, thank you for stopping in. Going gold soon? What does that mean, going gold? Sounds good. Someone just sent me this. It's so chunky, it's very chunky. It's fed up for walking as well. I'm really digging the slots menu. Thanks, man. Lazy doggo. We've all been there. I just want to rearrange this. Why can I not? Excuse me. Can't cut. Can't cut this. I have to do it one by one. I guess I could do it. No, I don't want to do that. Nah. I'm feeling gurney. Oh my god, that was so close, Eugene. I can't even remember what I said now. The 3 no's. Nice. Ah, no. Ugh. No, no. Go BG. Where's the level? What? What? God damn it, it's annoying me. I think we'll be fine. Okay, so I need to register that. Let's go. Or Glass Cow, as any American bands visiting call it. Alright, we don't maybe not need to register it. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. So I just need to do that for all the other ones. Question is, can we just edit this in the text editor so we can actually dispense with it? I don't even know where is it. It's here. That's where I am. Just can't get this right. Hello, surmount game node. I think the undo button or the undo thing here is broken. I think that's why it's not working. Unbelievable? Well, believe it. Jopan, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. What are you working on? Right now I'm working on the start menu for my game. This is just a GUI element for loading a saved game. Pretty fiddly, but once this is done, I think we'll be good. good, I think. It's not quite centered, I would say. But I don't know if that's a problem. Looks good, but can't tell if joke or suggestion. Something's coming. Okay. Klezga. Only 3 slots. I still can't tell if that's joke or suggestion. That menu looks great, thank you. It's a suggestion. Why do you need more than 3 slots? What engine is that? It's default. Doesn't people on RPG save console? Oh, you just have 1 slot for a whole game. You don't get to choose your saves. It saves every time you transition screen. You know? Okay, it's a feature then. Yes. So I did add 3 slots just so you could have multiple playthroughs. You know, maybe more than one person is playing the game or something like that. But yeah, you don't have slots that you can use for the same game. Can I just hide these temporarily? Hide? Does that work? Nice. Is that a editor thing only? That'd be interesting. Beside position, is there another way to ID the save? Well, you get, it's the position, it's the character you've selected, it's your level, and which elements you have. But I haven't added in naming or anything like that. Date is a good way, to be honest. Yeah, that's a good point. I could probably do that. Think that's necessary? I guess people could choose the same character and otherwise... You meant for topper. I want metro in my city. Where are you, Des? I mean, Glasgow does have a subway, but it's pretty limited. Not for Fates of War. Yeah, I thought so. Like, it's pretty... I think you'll just know. Right, so we need... Oh, did I click? I did click load, so it's basically just hides it here. That's fine, that's cool. So we can hide all this stuff. You said shite. Subway's fine, man. No steak options. No steak options. Stream brain already. Right, we can hide main. I'm in Ufa, that's Russia, isn't it? For subway. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's actually called the subway. You said shite again? Nice feature, new game. What? That's the newest feature, yeah. What's this? Credits, right? Let's hide that as well. And then whatever this is, BG, yeah, hide it. Hide it real good. I'm gonna hide you so good. We have karst dips, so I'm not sure if we will have metro today. What the hell is that? Karst, does it say karst clips or karst dips? What is that? Okay, I need more help. If you go to new game and you want to clear an existing save slot, how do we do that? Should it be so these ones are empty slots already. Imagine not knowing what a karst dip is. You don't know either. You're shite. Right, so we've got these slots. This is a slot that is currently in use. Uncultured swine. Thanks, man. So this one's currently in use. Should it be a separate button underneath to like say delete, or should it just be delete or like clear or something like that? Clear slot. And then you click it and it brings up, are you sure? I don't know. I don't know. Button underneath. So I'll just hide it if it's empty already. These are the slots I might put an avatar next to it. People don't read, that's true. Well, these are new game slots. The load game slots do have an avatar if you're loading an existing game, but new wouldn't have any. It might do, I mean, that's what I was thinking, that if you're clearing a save. Yeah, I'm thinking the same, but as why load a new screen? Because you kind of just have, like, this could be both, and then you just need a button under here to like clear it or something. Those empty should be new game. I know. I'm just getting here because when you look at it, that makes sense, basically. What do you think, Tar? I think that would be more clear, because even if, like, I don't think... Yeah, I think new game... Deleting a new game where you don't see the stats like this would be shite. It's just a bit of wasted work, but that's okay. Better to do it right. I just wish the animator would see when this happens. Picking slot should reveal delete and play buttons. That's more work, Krub. So what do we say about that? Is that better? Let's hide this. Just add a red cross on top right on the save. Is the other idea each save has its own delete button? Always active. Well, it wouldn't be active if there wasn't any data in the save. Hey, Drake. I didn't want that. I wanted these here. Pretty chunky buttons, though, that's the only thing. Remember when Myth had an uninstaller that could essentially format your drive? I don't think that, yeah, I think that rings a bell actually. That's pretty funny. Just make a red X in MS Paint, but the artists would love that. Honestly, I've already made the quit button I've made myself. If you go to... Come on. Can you see that on stream? Barely. Let's see if I can move it. There, you can see it there. I made that. Steel red X. It's possible. Why is that text being weird? Those buttons below clutter screen, maybe. Hollow Alpha avatar would do the trick. What? Like your UI a lot? I'm taking notes. Be careful. Be careful. I don't know what I'm doing. 1, 4, 5. Okay. I probably will. It doesn't look as clean. For sure. Don't know why the text is off. So is this the load menu? Because you couldn't just have it. So there's an override or something in the new game menu. I think, Drake, what we're getting to is that we want to merge new and load into one because there isn't a point in having two. So basically, empty, we'll just change that to new game. This would be load, obviously, and then we just need a mechanic for clearing an existing slot. That's effectively what we're missing. I don't rightly understand. Oh, I think they need to be registered as buttons. That's why it's not working. I do think, like Bez was saying, it might be too cluttered to have dedicated buttons underneath. We might do something like the red cross, as long as it's clear enough that it's a delete. Why is this still not registering properly? Hello, delete. Oh. That's the text. Button delete slot text. .bmp bez. Yeah, I got the idea with Red Cross. I'm just trying this thing first. Gotta try something first. Yeah, it's probably too big or too cluttered. So, okay, Bez. I can't work at 1,000 miles an hour. Okay, even if that's a joke, it's just not funny. Settings button 1 and 2. Okay. No, I should have done this differently. Anyway, let's start over. That didn't really work out well. What we want is to like delete as little as possible of this. There you go. Nope. Actually, what we want is that, and then have it so that this is like that, and then it's horrendous, the font. Who's shouting outside? Shut up! What the hell is going on? People fighting in the shisha place. Go get him, Brash. What happened? I can just hear shouting from across the street. I don't think much is happening. It's just people are having an argument. They're just screaming and pointing and being big, strong men, basically. Zoop. Silicium. I butchered that. Anyway, welcome and thank you for the follow. Let's get rid of some of this saturation. It's weird that that looks kind of weird. That's probably better. Yep. It's kind of weird though because none of the other text actually goes down, so. Welcome back, Tart. I'm thinking of doing what Bez and other people suggested of having a cross in the corner instead of a dedicated delete button because it looks pretty cluttered. So you'll have a cross in the corner, and if you click it, you get another "Are you sure?" confirmation screen. Basically, I'm just thinking that's probably the best way to do it. Unless you have other suggestions. I'm all ears. Well, I'm mostly the rest of me, but I do have ears, so. Don't you think the confirmation screen will be a bit too close to the X button? Well, I imagine, so you'd click here, and then I think I would place the confirmation in the middle. So I think it'd be impossible to misclick here, and then the yes button would be like here, confirm would be here, and cancel would be there. Back would still be there probably. Something like that. If that was your concern. I would definitely not make it easy enough. I think there's like a small click grace as well, so you can't. Don't think you should be able to. Yeah, look, I'm trying to quit by clicking quickly, and I managed. I can make the grace longer, but there is functionality built in. That was indeed my concern. Cool, right? But in terms of clean look, would you think that would work? Yeah, man, that's cool. Stooksoft, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody. Everybody who's in here already, check out Stooksoft. It's got a dedicated command now. And we're working on the main menu for my game, Fates of War. We're currently going to merge the new game and load game sections because they're not necessary to be split up. So basically, new game was just slots like this, but then load game is the cool one where it shows your character and level and progress and stuff. So instead of having these being empty slots, we're going to rename them to like basically just new game or something. And then instead of having delete buttons under the slot, which is a bit cluttered, we're going to have a little X here that allows you to delete the slot that way. We're going to have a confirmation screen to make sure that you don't accidentally delete your slot, because that would be terrible. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. If you've got any questions about the game or my setup or anything like that, feel free to ask. The game is on Steam to be wishlisted. A little background video is available here as well if you want to check it out. And thanks, Stooksoft. It's coming together. I'm getting good advice from chat, which is really nice. Because I'm not really a graphics design guy, so it's very nice to have people come up with things that make sure I don't stray off the path of sanity. Now this button might break my setup a little bit, unfortunately. I believe. I don't think I've primed it to have different types of buttons. That's okay, we can fix it, it's just a little bit of work. You hit a button? How very dare you. That is the rudest thing anyone has ever said to me. What's the engine you use? It's called Default. Something like that. It's not. I'm not even going to be able to build this because it's going to convert it into this button. Yeah, that's the problem. So I need to change the button. So you got the text, hit button. Atlas up. So we're going to store these as, we're going to give them default values as well, so we don't need to do it for all of them. So that's going to be, we manage the buttons. Detect button clicks is done here. So we have button down, button up. Right, so they're hashed already. Foobar Buxy, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Button up. Wait, okay, so that's the other way around. I see. They're not comma delineated here either. I don't know what I'm doing, please help. Okay, so got that reference there, and then we need to replace the stuff here with Alice up and local Alice down. Starving? You gonna have something? That's some Paper Mario music, my man. It's this will be a kind of chill music compilation, I think. But there is some actual Paper Mario music I've chosen as well, so I can take a little bit of credit. This is Goomba Village from Paper Mario, yeah. Tempted to order food. Right, so, okay. I'm gonna test this. I expect nothing to be changed. Literal nostalgia right now? That's cool. Right, and now I want to feed in delete slot text. So I want to feed in how big these buttons are. They are 30 by 30. And it's hash at main. Oh no, I just looked at my bank balance. Well, that was disappointing. Oh no. Oh no. Gosh, I should have just main delete 1 and then Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay, it didn't go. Interesting. Why did you not? Oh, because it has to be actually what it... I just defaulted it to the button. That's not what we want. What? The buttons are pretty ugly, I'm not gonna lie. It might be where I've positioned them. They should probably like tuck in into the box here and be like covered by the shadow, I think. That's not right, I'm missing something there. What was that? Button up, yeah, that's it, okay. The lower your balance is, the less you fall. Well, there's still negatives, right? And it's infinity. So yeah, it's pretty ugly. That might be my button. I think the problem is it's like this button's got like a shadow, and these ones aren't gonna respect the shadow unless I like bake it in. But that seems pretty crazy, right there. Hi, first time here. The game looks really good. Glad to see that someone loves the Flash IDE as much as I do. What does Ort mean? Is it a name? In German, it means place. Hey, and welcome. It does. So I'm from Sweden originally, and it does mean place in Swedish as well. But that's not what the name means here. It comes from an old English word which means not consumed, or literally like a scrap of food that hasn't been eaten. So it's a reference to the fact that the main threat in the game is that the world is going to be consumed by evil magic. And yes, the Flash IDE is great. So that looks still crap. But just a bit too much going on with the button. It's probably too much. Yeah, you're right. So Drake, I'll probably just ask my artist to make something specific for it, I guess. Something that is a bit less in your face. The X is a bit too strong, for instance. MauveX13H, thank you very much for the follow. Not so much the X, I think it's got so much detail compared to the rest of the game slots, which are relatively simple. Yeah, so basically this was just because I harvested, I just harvested the standard button and just shrunk it down, so it probably needs to be, yeah, you could just lose the golden edge, for instance, probably would make it a lot better. And then I am kind of suspecting that the shadow not overlapping the X probably makes it weird, but yeah. So. Hello, been a while, how's the game coming along? Hey Hippo, it's going well, just working on UI stuff, which is moderately interesting, but it's necessary, so we're doing it. should, right. Give me 1 sec. Let's go on shrooming. Oh my god, are they still screaming? I think things have calmed down. Zoop! Let's jump back into the tank. Maybe not the funnest part, no, but like you said, it needs to be there. It makes a huge difference for sure. Unmanned tank. Well, I'm back in now. It was going on autopilot. I never saw any growth on your hair or beard. It looks like they made out of plastic. I've got a secret. Got a secret. I cut my hair. It's pretty radical, and one day I think it will go mainstream, but perhaps you're not familiar with this concept. Right, stage. Let me draw straight on everything. Okay, so let's just, I guess we'll get rid of I was at a Comic-Con yesterday, so I saw a lot of drawn on beards. Fair enough. Wait, so you didn't even, I guess it was a pretty basic game you made for Ludum Dare, but you didn't even take the whole time. That's pretty impressive. Hello, Efmi, how are you doing? No, I mainly did it on Saturday. Friday, I sketched the design. Sunday, I just added sound and almost missed the deadline because I was zoned out. Fair enough. Doing fine. I did Ludum Dare compo as well, my first jam ever. Man, is my brain fried. I feel ya. How did it go? What did you do? How about you? I'm doing good as well. Doing good. Welcome back to Art. Okay, something's borked. What's borked? May you? That was hard to pronounce. Probably didn't get it right. Welcome, thank you for the follow. Lying in my bed, nice. Talking LD, yeah, I'll just What happened, Efmi? Did you start it all, or should I even begin? Collecting parts. I played that last time. That's a game. Malfunctioning robot collects parts. Let's get to the surface. Must shoot enter. Oh, downloadable. What's one downloadable? Can I play these without making the sound? Hypothetically, if I ended up getting a job, are there contingencies that would prevent me from quitting after a week if I couldn't handle it and I had to get out of there? I was just wondering. Nah, there's nothing anybody could do. You ain't gotta worry, son. Just made a platform where you need to collect movement actions. That's cool. Weird. 276. I think I might try applying for jobs again in a couple months. That's cool. I made a tank game. You did? What? Oh, there you go. I mean, I started a tank game, nice. Maybe if we should probably init the button first. Because does it break out of detecting clicks? Detect button clicks. It sets a click grace though. Made my own physic. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Was fun, but took forever. Okay, it still runs, that's weird. I guess we don't know the order in which this happens, which is pretty interesting. I thought if I shifted the delete slot buttons over there would, I guess not. I don't want to talk about it. Oh no. Okay. Button mode. Well, we probably don't want to do that either for doing this. Right, I'm gonna take a super quick break. I'll be right back. All right. toggle slot buttons, which does a thing I'm not sure we want anymore. If we don't want to just disable the button, we actively want to like get rid of it if it's. So for each button, if it has a save slot, then we want to have the thing disable. Damn, towards the end of the jam, my code was the most spaghetti code anyone's ever seen. I remember my first jam, by the end of it, like, I think I was freaking out and I was just like, I threw every good practice out the window. Everything was a global variable because I was like, I don't even care anymore. This just needs to happen right now. Think. No, that didn't work. Did I comment out that thing? No, okay, the toggle slot buttons runs. If it's an empty slot, then we should delete. So perhaps I'm just using GUI enable is enabled, set enabled, the boolean. So we get the node and then we set it to enabled or not. Is that because the state? Reset mini state? No. Manage state. Comes back in because we set it to enable there. What would we do for the opposite of an init of the button? Delete. I had a class called Walking Script Hack to fix a stupid bug. Nice. I approve. Oh, I need to deregister the button actually, so it's not gonna work.
button on first screen should have an if. I think I know what you mean, but yeah, it's not that simple. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that. Deregister. Self node states. Ooh. Oh. Splice table I1. Still something. What if there's a couple of new slots? New slash login. Okay, that's what he said. Where is it still trying to reference it? I don't understand. (293). No such node. I thought I deregistered it everywhere. 293. Node states. Is that because we're doing an actual node? Register node state is just a string. Nice, that's not aligned. That's really frustrating. So if because it can have multiple states, that's why, I think. But that doesn't, no, that doesn't seem enough actually. Why does it, it goes to the bottom? I want to search from the top. I think that would make most sense. I think it's the same error. It's 292. and it's trying to find button delete slot 1. I'm pretty sure this is fine. So why is this being problematic? Register, deregister. So that should have taken already, actually. Attempting to remove button delete slot 1 and 3. So it's trying to do the right thing, but it's not getting there. So I'm suspecting this will actually look kind of weird. Do we run this in the wrong order? Is it as simple as that? So this is... Oh, God damn it, it is. That is pretty goddamn stupid. That's a pretty silly mistake. So I'm trying to delete something that hasn't been added yet. Or granted, this isn't much better, but that was never gonna work, was it? Attempt to index nil value in 270. Is it as simple as that? Welcome to programming. Apparently wasn't even. Right. Trying to... okay, yeah. Because we can splice multiple things. So basically we spliced okay. Beautiful. That's not right. Why did it not do its number 3? Oh, they're just in the wrong position. Is it? I think. Slot 3. Yeah, why is that there? 2 should be 602. Okay. Alright. Cooking. Okay, so finally a little bit of progress. So that should hide the buttons. And so on the display slot meta info here, you can't use the top right corner of the box as the center of the X. It doesn't, I don't have graphics for it, so I can't really do anything at the moment. It's just temporary graphics. I just scavenged the old button from someplace else. Well, everything but the X, I mean, is old graphics. Position, I don't think it looks good though. I did have it in the top right. That doesn't look good either. In the top right, it doesn't look good either. So I think it's just the button. The button is too much detail. It's like glowing with the yellow and stuff, whereas the rest of it isn't. So it doesn't matter where I put it, it's not gonna look okay, I don't think. So wherever these get disabled, okay, don't want to disable them. Detect and then handle. So here, when we do a new, wait, that's detect. Where's handle? Handle here. Thanks for the advice. So we just gotta do check save slots if it has data. What's the deal with the tank with your face in it? It is effectively if I'm doing something that I can't or don't want to show on stream, then I have that to be a prettier version of just blacking the screen out, if that makes sense. Or if it's like, I don't know, if I just want to chat or do something that doesn't have anything to do with the stream, then I've got it. Is that right? So a new game. Is it because, yeah, I think it's because we've run new game, saving, set vars for new game, right. Coming level is equal to, we'll send that to random ISO. Just to see that it actually works, because that was a bit confusing. I think I know why, but. Yeah, that's good. What I'm wondering about is still why the delete button doesn't take precedence over the load button. Is it doing both at the same time? I think, maybe. It shouldn't though, because the click grace gets set as soon as any click is detected, so. We could put them in here, I guess. So load, so we've got else if self button clicked button delete slot 2. We'll do 2 because we have that loaded. Print deleting. Nope, didn't work. I'm guessing if I shift these back to their original positions, it's not gonna change it either. No. Did it say deleting? What did I tell it to print? I said to print deleting. Yeah, so if it says deleting in the log, which it doesn't, yeah, meaning he's just running the load button over. It's weird. Did I? So. What's up, Tart? Just procrastinating? Nice. So how fresh is this decision about a gap year? How's the slot stuff going? It's going pretty well, I think. We're getting there. That's what we got so far. I think I'm looking pretty good. It's maybe a day and a half old. That's cool. I'm concerned that I'm also just like, Jesus Christ, I need to move out soon, so it's a tough one. Yeah, I feel you. I'm having trouble with these buttons. So basically, you can tell here, I can't figure out how to make this button take precedence over the actual load button. So currently it's kind of a hacky thing I've done where the limits for this button getting detected run up to here. So this isn't a detectable area to click the load slot, which is kind of wonky. I just don't know why this keeps getting done first. I don't know if it's serious enough, but if you click his head, you don't get the load. If you click his torso, it does load, which is kind of weird. It's not ideal. I should fix it because it's just not nice. It's not pro. Is there a Z index on that? Good thought, but it's not that because I'm looping through it in code. That's what decides it, I think. It might be, I think this, in GUI elements and default, the order here determines their Z index. And it might be that because these are lower down, that goes above. But I actually want these to be rendered on top. So I don't know. Actually don't want any of these. Button, delete, confirm. Is 25 even a reasonable age to finishing it? Dude, yes, you are like... I know the feeling, just trust me when I tell you it's no age at all. I know fine well that I would do jack shit if someone said that to me when I was your age. So just trust me, man. You're gonna hit 30 one day, hopefully, and you'll just realize that 25 is nothing. It's just, I'm not saying 30 is anything. I'm just saying that it's 25 is nothing. Just know there are people finishing at uni at like 21, and I'm like, fuck. I know the feeling. You feel like you're behind, but put it another way, you're already and always going to be behind Justin Bieber. And if that doesn't make you feel like it doesn't matter, then I don't know what to tell you. The little bastard. No, no. That doesn't matter. A friend of mine had a kid at 19. I'm not exactly feeling a rush to start a family. Yeah, like I know the feeling, Tart. Just trust me. It's fine. Do not worry about it. To be fair, starting a family is different. Yeah. Have you ever counted the lines of code in Fates of War? I haven't, thankfully, because they're just all over the place. So, nah. Don't worry, you'll end uni at 40, so don't worry about 21 or 25. See, Bez knows. Sorry, I should have clarified. It's not so much that other people are progressing faster, it's more that I'm putting stuff on hold for so long. I don't really see the difference necessarily putting stuff on hold. I mean, if you're not comparing yourself to other people, then why would you be worried? We've got button delete confirm, delete cancel. And warning. I guess it's more that I feel like I'm not making any progress and in ways regressing through life, which can be a bit shit. Well, okay, but then you're focusing on the hypothetical age you'd finish at uni if you stopped having issues right now and got back into it right now and everything went great. I don't know, it's gonna be defeatist from the beginning. All you need to focus on is being like having an upwards trajectory on average. Something like that. Defeatist is my middle name. Init button self button delete confirm. I think it's kind of, yeah. Beton. All right. Well, that didn't work out very well. Do you want this specific one, Hippo? This has been like an hour and a half of the same compilation. I'll just send it to you. And the specific track was from Animal Crossing. In case it was the actual track we were on. Yeah. Hey, I recognize some songs on that Chillwave playlist. Why did you make them? Or are you just literally recognizing them? No, well, that's not good. Oh wait, shouldn't I listen to a lot of them myself? Yeah, fair enough. Beep. Beep. Is equal to button delete confirm, then self menu state should be. Ooh. Is this a problem? Nah, probably not. Maybe. It might be actually. Okay. Right, we're good, we're good. Don't worry. Don't panic. Don't panic! To reset something. Reset save. Nope. In 1 sec, I'm just gonna let cat in. Yeah, I just heard the key enter the lock, but I had my keys in the lock, so she would have struggled to get in. It's possible, but it's tricky. Right, let's just check if this works now. save file has been reset. So if we click here, this was going to error out now because it tried to load a game that doesn't exist, I believe. So that is kind of annoying, actually. We'll go back to main anyway. Else if self button clicked. Yes, we wiped that save actually. So if we'll just start this. New game. Quit. And then load, and it should have that. And then if we try and delete it. So reset the file, however. All we basically need to do is wipe that and remove that, I think. Can we just recall those functions there? Basically, it's toggle slot buttons. What happens if you try and get a node that doesn't exist? Local function remove slot. Get rid of that. All that does is just removes the remove delete. Yeah. Remove delete slot button. Slot ID will be whatever save slot is. That should work, I think. I think it's gonna, we're actually deleting the slots though, so it's gonna take a moment to check it. Let me delete it. That should take us back to, that gives us an error, that's why. Attempt to call global, which, yeah. But then what else? We do display load slot meta info and then display slot meta info. So we need to, when we handle the click, we need to self save slot,
is equal to false. Can we just do that then? Because we can never create slot meta, only delete it. Let's see. All right, game saved. Yep, that looks fine. No such node. Button deletes slot. Oh, that's the right. Is that the? All right. So instead of using save slot here, how much work is standing between you and getting the beta started? Still a fair whack. It's supposed to be like 3 weeks left. I don't know. It'll be pretty tight. It depends. Like, I'm not aiming. I am aiming for the game without the beginning and the end, and then there are some minor things I've cut as well. So cutting more or less doesn't really matter that much.
Hey, stream peeps.
Hello, wife peep.
What did you get?
That's your stuff.
It's for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, baby. Yeah. Nice. Ooh.
So I think that did delete it, unfortunately. So we'll have to create a new one again. But I think that was the problem. We're trying to use the string name of the save slot rather than the ID. Quit. Okay, got it there, so we can delete it. Okay, that looks right, and then excellent. And then when we load, it's going to be the guy with the red robes again, right? And we click him, we get there, and we Gucci. Nice one. So that was some things here. Delete existing and confirmations. We've got character select and the social bit as well. Alright, let's switch over to shroom mode. The Tall Pants, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a tune this is. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day there. Some progress on the start menu, but not as much as I want, although it does look a lot better. I think merging the new and mode game stuff was a good idea, so I'm pleased with that. Ridar Tomte, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. We're going to raid Jolt Jab, who is in what I assume is the final stages of his Ludum Dare project, so that's no doubt going to be fun for him. I'm sure his brain is totally fried. Yeah, see you later, Drake. I'd like to thank Stuxoft for the raid, Otakins for the bits, and thank you to all the new follows and all the people hanging out, giving suggestions and helping out. It's really appreciate it. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, so if you're around then, I'd love to see you. I'll drop some social stuff for you to follow if you wish. See you later, Hippo. Right, everybody, have an excellent day and see you later.